From the School of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, this is Carolina Week.
Hello and welcome to the February 24th edition of Carolina Week. I'm Brad Broders.
And I'm Michael Handy. Our top story tonight, another sorority is leaving the UNC Chapel Hill campus. The Xi Sigma chapter of Delta Zeta will announce Tuesday night that it plans to close at the end of this semester. The sorority has faced low recruitment numbers for the past few years, leaving it little choice but to shut its doors. This marks the second Carolina sorority to close in less than a year. The Office of Greek Affairs says the number of girls rushing each year during the past decade is slowly declining, leading to a smaller pool of girls for each house to choose from. Director of Greek Affairs Jay Anhorn says the decline in rush numbers is a troubling development.
Whenever one group struggles with membership or struggles with any other kind of issues, the whole Greek system unfortunately gets looked at as having those same issues. So it's really unfortunate for the whole group.
Phi Mu sorority closed at the end of the spring 2002 semester for many of the same reasons that Delta Zeta will close. Phi Mu is currently leasing its house to the Lambda Chi Alpha fraternity. There's no word yet on what Delta Zeta will do with its house.
If another ice storm hits Chapel Hill, the groundskeeping department probably won't face a budget crunch. An official from the department says it budgets for snow and ice removal each year. However, the only problem with cleanup is paying overtime. If another ice storm hits this Thursday, grounds crew officials say they're ready. If a storm does hit and it's as bad as the December ice storm, the university can apply for assistance from the Federal Emergency Management Agency. FEMA gave the university $120,000 to help pay for the December ice storm cleanup.
Now an update on Carolina Week's continuing look into the Carolina Computing Initiative. Results from CCI's first student survey of the laptop program are in, and they don't look promising. Out of more than 600 students surveyed, 75% ranked CCI a 7 or lower for overall importance, on a scale of 1 to 9. And on overall contribution to their academic experience, 75% of those surveyed gave the program a 6 or lower on the same scale. The survey also shows that laptops are rarely used in the classroom, which was one of the original reasons for instituting the program. The Office of Institutional Research conducted the survey, and complete results are available on its website. You can link to it through our website at carolinaweek.org.
Students are resting their feet and catching some much-needed Z's after 24 hours of dancing that began Friday. The 5th annual Dance Marathon wrapped up a year of fundraising for more than 600 students. From 7 p.m. Friday to 7 p.m. Saturday, this crowd of marathoners mingled and line danced to hip-hop and Fetzer Gymnasium. Campus musical groups and local bands like Only Midnight performed. And varsity athletes like the women's volleyball team made lip-syncing debuts. Dancers raised $167,000 this year. The money will benefit the North Carolina's Children's Hospital. Congressman Mike McIntyre says these yearly contributions make a huge difference in children's lives.
This could very well be the difference between life and death for some children because they can get the financial resources they might not otherwise have. And I think that's why it's exciting. This is the spirit of UNC, reaching beyond yourself to how can I give back.
Dance Marathon raised $44,000 more than last year's total.
If you missed helping out with the Dance Marathon, there's another way to contribute to your community. It's the Beat Hunger, Beat State food drive. You can drop off cans at the Campus Y and many other points on campus till Tuesday's game against State. If Carolina students collect more than State students do, NCSU Chancellor Marianne Fox will have to wear blue all day Wednesday. And another Franklin Street business is calling it quits. Turtles Music and DVD closed its doors Monday. The music store is the third Franklin Street business to announce its closing in the past 2 months, joining First Union and University Chrysler. The chain also closed Turtle stores at Eastgate Shopping Center and both Durham locations. The store's Raleigh location on Capitol Boulevard is still open.
Local children can now show off their smiles because UNC Chapel Hill dental students showed off their skills on Friday. Dental students provided free dental care to underprivileged children at Brower Hall as part of Give a Kid a Smile Day. This is the first time a day has been set aside nationally to promote dental care for at-risk children. The dental students also got some help from professional dentists and kid-friendly puppets. Instead of lollipops, kids received goodie bags with spin toothbrushes, toothpaste, and stickers. Denison students provided dental care to more than 100 children. Dental student Nolan Davis says there was more to the project than just free care.
The main goals for today's program at the dental school was, of course, to provide oral health care for the local children here and education, and also nationwide was to address the access to care problems for the general public.
Event organizers say that 1 out of 4 children in North Carolina enters kindergarten with an unrelated dental disease. Well, that does it for this edition of Carolina Week.
Stay tuned. Sports Spotlight is next. Have a good night.
Properly inflating my tires burns less fuel and saves me money on gas. Yeah, I'm saving Mother Nature from pollution, but more importantly, she saved me $11. Ow!
Environmental defense. Get green.
By keeping my car regularly tuned, I save money on gas and repairs. That also means cleaner air. You know, feels good to help save the cash, planet.
Environmental defense. Get green. For more tips, go to getgreen.com.
When you buy disposable and overpackaged products for your home, you're really saying, I'm fine with depleting natural resources. Pollute our air and water. Energy? Wasted. People tell you, hey, go for less packaging. Check out reusables. Buy stuff in bulk. Well, you tell them, no thanks. I'd rather throw it all away. Buy smart. Waste less. Save more.
Welcome to this week's edition of Sports Spotlight. I'm Aaron Mesmer. Coming up, the basketball teams go on the road and get hit by the ugly truck, figuratively of course, and several Carolina teams hosted ACC championships. First, the baseball season is finally underway. Instead of hitting the field last Monday for its season opener, Carolina's baseball team did what it has done for the past 8 months. Wait. Wintry weather and poor field conditions postponed the Heels' start 3 days, but the wait finally ended as UNC stepped up to bat Thursday against Delaware State. Scott Manshek gets the start for the Heels and allows only 3 hits in 6 innings. In the 7th, after being down by as many as 10, Delaware State scored 7 and pulls to within 3 runs of Carolina. But that's as close as D-State gets as the Heels take the sting out of the Hornets and win 19-8. Carolina won the first 2 games of their series with Seton Hall Friday and Sunday. In the second game of Sunday's doubleheader, Mike Daniels' first home run of his career helps the Heels jump out to an early 3-1 lead. That's how it would stay until this last inning when the Pirates score 5 runs off 3 doubles to take the lead. Carolina needs a miracle, and Seton Hall starter Tim Sabo gives them one, throwing 8 straight balls before being removed from the game. His replacement, Mark Irwin, isn't much better. After Wes Moyer singles and 2 runs, Sean Farrell singles with the bases loaded. 2 more runs come in. Tar Heels come back and win 7-6. Moyer says Carolina's fast start is partly because of the team's depth.
Some guys are coming off injury, and you know they're stepping up great, and that's huge for our team. You know, we need guys, those unexpected guys that hadn't been playing recently, to step up and do the job, and they're doing it.
When 2 of the top 10 women's basketball powers meet, one would expect a competitive game, brimming with ESPN instant classic potential. And then there was Duke versus UNC on Thursday night, a 34-point blowout that left many questions to be answered on the 8-mile trip home. Duke fans look to rattle the Heels early on, and they succeed. Devils forward Isis Tillis comes out sizzling, as does fellow junior Elena Beard, who helped Duke run out to a 15-point halftime advantage. Carolina's icy shooting carries over into the second half, and Duke counters the Heels' poor effort with a 53-point explosion after intermission. Tillis leads all scorers with 21 points, and Beard adds 19 as Duke crushes UNC 97-63, all but assuring the Devils' second straight undefeated ACC regular season. After the loss, Coach Sylvia Hatchell offered this simple analysis.
Basically, we just didn't come to play tonight, okay? You know, we can talk about rebounding, we can talk about fast breaks, we can talk about mismatches, we can talk about all that stuff we want to, but the team, the University of North Carolina team that's ranked 6th in the nation and won 23 ball games wasn't here tonight.
The loss puts Carolina a game and a half back of Duke in the ACC standings. After a non-conference matchup with Coastal Carolina Monday, the Heels host Maryland on Thursday, a team Carolina could face in the first round of the ACC tournament. If the women's loss wasn't bad enough, the men's team was handed its worst loss in ACC history at Maryland on Saturday. Maryland made 7 of 8 three-pointers and shot 65% in the first half, but only had a 13-point halftime lead. Carolina cut it to 7 in the second half before Maryland took over and won the game 96-56. 4 Terrapins scored in double digits, including Steve Blake, who led the way with 18 points and 8 assists. Carolina shot 28% in the second half and 32% for the game. The Carolina women's track team has been dominant through the years. Going into Saturday's ACC Indoor Championships, the Heels had won 13 of the sport's 16 conference titles. But there's always room for one more of those banners now, isn't there? And junior Shalane Flanagan gets things started by winning the mile and taking her familiar spot on the podium. In the women's 400, junior Tiffany Flomo surprises everyone, including herself, when her name appears atop the leaderboard. Junior Alice Schmidt crosses the line in an ACC record in the 800, giving the women yet another conference title. For the men, sophomore Kevin Watson plows his way to a title in the 60-meter hurdles, leading the team to a 4th-place finish. Carolina has high standards in women's swimming. The Heels have won the past 3 ACC championships and have never finished worse than 2nd at the conference meet. Trailing only Virginia, Carolina still has work to do on the final night of this year's meet, Saturday at Corey Natatorium. Second race of the night, senior Laura Collier holds the ACC 200-meter backstroke, but has never won the conference title until now. Kelly Weeks is a conference record of her own in the 200 butterfly, and she shows the field why as she takes the ACC title. It's not enough for the Tar Heel team to win, though. UVA takes the meet, but the Heels and co-captain Jana Turner are happy to have kept alive the streak of finishing 2nd or better. Another Tar Heel champion deserves mention. Senior Christy Watkins became the first 4-time ACC women's 50-meter freestyle champion with her victory on Thursday. Carolina softball hasn't exactly roared out of the gate this season. The Heels hope to improve on their 3-3 record in the first 2 games of the year, Wednesday against UNC Wilmington. Bad news for the Seahawks. Tar Heel freshman ace Crystal Cox is on the hill. Megan Mulkey goes down swinging, and the same fate awaits Jamie Gustilla. As if the Heels needed offense, an RBI single for Megan Welch, 3-0 Carolina after 2. Then in the 4th, Jessica Graziano with a pinch hit double to score 2 more. Heels win 9-zip by the mercy rule on a Cox 1-hitter. They take the second game 8-3 to complete the sweep. The Tar Heels tried to keep the momentum as they headed to Columbus, Georgia for the leadoff classic. Well, so much for the momentum. Carolina dropped games to 12th-ranked Stanford and 3rd-ranked Nebraska Saturday. But Carolina rebounded Sunday as Cox shut down Southern Miss and junior shortstop Emily Price homered in the 7th and final inning to give the Heels a 1-0 win. Well, that's it for sports. Thank you for joining us. For more about Carolina athletics, go to carolinaweek.org or tune into Carolina Week later this week. Good night.